Clint, I need to know from you if I'm on Zoom. I have no idea. I can't see anything. Good morning. Hey guys. Hi everybody. Roz here. Hey Stephen, how are you? Great to see you again, my friend. It's been a while.
It has. Something interrupted us.
Hey Tiva, I saw that you jumped on an hour earlier over there in the States. So we got a bit of a time zone difference happening. Yeah. Great to have you.
Just a little bit.
That's all right. Thank you for coming in. Great to see you. Hi, Lynn. Lovely to see you as well, my friend. It's been a while. Maria, Tanya, cheers to you. I see you with your coffee, and Anne as well. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our first session of Coffee, Connections, and a little bit of coaching. I was just saying to my team, who we've got here as well, Diana and Mayette, how being back in a studio and on camera, I'm actually feeling a little bit, what's the word? Self-conscious, I think, because the COVID kilos are now definitely showing. Like, no, this is not good. I am going back to the gym or doing something, even if it means walking around my house 10,000 times a day to get those steps in, because my steps are definitely not, not working. Maria, your camera's not working. That's absolutely okay. I know that you're there. And if you have any questions, just add them into the chat box so that I can help you. But I do see that you are here as well. Annie. Hello, my friend. I know that you're doing the school drop-off this morning, but great to have you here. Just while we're getting everybody in here today, oh, you're at the dentist, Annette, that's great. So just make sure, I would love to know where you guys are at the moment, whether a number of you I know are in lockdown, but also for those of you that are in other parts of the world, just let me know where you are in the chat so that we can just share a little bit as we get into today's session. I'm not going to stand here for hours, because I will finish my coffee or it will go cold, but I want to just give us the opportunity to really connect and have a bit of fun, because right now I think that things can be a little bit heavy. I'm just making sure that we're all good over on Facebook there as well. Diana, if you can just give me the thumbs. Oh yeah, she's giving me the thumbs up. How good is this? Tanya, you're in lockdown in Melbourne once again. Breaks my heart. Absolutely breaks my heart that this is happening again for you. Tiva is in Olympia, Washington in the US. And you are in my part of the world. Fist pump to you to Port Macquarie, mid-north coast here of New South Wales, and we've got a number of other people jumping in as well. So welcome to you all, and thank you for being here today. This is a session that a number of our Achievers Mastermind members had actually asked us to put together. So they said to me, Ros, let's just have an opportunity to come together and share. Instead of a whole lot of business stuff, let's just have a bit of fun and share what's going on for us, where we are at, how you're feeling, and just to know that everything is okay, because it is feeling a bit heavy right now. So the first thing I want us to do, thank you for sharing where you're all at this morning. The second thing is I just want us to take a deep breath, right? Has anybody here heard of box breathing? It's something, yep, okay, I see a few hands go up. Box breathing, or even just taking the opportunity to take a breath for 3 seconds and hold it and then let it go, gives us and our state of mind the opportunity to just relax. And I know that we are all in a place where we're either fight or flight. And I was saying this to somebody the other day, that I have felt for myself and our travel business that I have been in that reaction mode for so long now. And I'm sure that you guys are exactly the same, that it's just, are we on? Are we off? Are we changing? Are we canceling? What are we doing? Where am I at? And that is what can really weigh us down. So for right now, I just want everybody to take a really big deep breath with me if you can. We'll take it in for 3 seconds, hold it, and then we'll let it go. Is that okay? You're right. And then I'll have a coffee. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. So take a deep breath in for 3 seconds. Hold it for 3. And let it out. This is one of the tools that I've been using, seriously, just to remind myself that I'm okay and to give myself the grace and the opportunity to allow my brain to take a moment. Because if we're not really taking care of ourselves, we're doing ourselves a disjustice. And the last thing that I want for anybody here is to become sick. Who has actually felt really run down? Your body's actually told you enough is enough. Who here has had headaches or migraines or has felt like they've needed to have a massage on a regular basis? I'm one of those. Yeah, and I see you as well, because our body actually reacts to the constant stress that we might have. So if you are ever feeling as though this is fight or flight moments, I really want you just to take a deep breath, test some box breathing out if that's something that works for you, and allow yourself to take a moment to take care of just you. Maria, I love it. You do this as well. That's great. I see a number of new people jumping in. So I just want to say hi. Hi to Holly, Kirsten, Vicky, I see you as well. Jen, hi. Nice to see you here. Justine, we've got Julianne that's also jumped in. Lovely to see you, Julianne. It's been a while, so it's great to have you here. And beautiful Nat Miller. Hello, Nat. I see you, my friend.
I don't see me.
No, that's okay. It's all right. And you know what? If you want to turn your camera on, Nat, it's okay. We're all having either a good day or a bad day. But oh, there you are, beautiful.
Sorry.
Have you cut your hair, or is it just
no? It's just getting more grayer.
Yes, I know that feeling as well. Lovely to see you, Julianne. Thanks for turning on your camera. It's great that I can also see you guys as well. So today's session, if you have any questions about your business or what's going on for you right now, I'd love for you just to add them into the chat box. If you are with us on Facebook, add them into the comments so that I can jump in and help you wherever you're at right now. If you have questions around your travel business, or if you have questions around being in lockdown, what you might be able to do, what you can and can't. I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing with your travel business, because it's your business. But if you want some ideas or you want some different strategies, then I am certainly here to help you. So as I said, first up, this is a moment where things feel really heavy. So if you've got your coffee, if you've got your glass of wine, Tiva, I don't know whether you drink or not, then, just share it with me right now, because we are here and we are together. So if anybody has anything that they want to share, please just let me know. Just raise your hand. I can see you if you are here on Zoom, or add it to the comments, because I'm here to help you wherever possible today. Now, the other thing is, we are going to do this now for the next several weeks. So if anything comes up for you over the next week, please send us an email, info@travelagentachievers.com. Send us an email and we will either answer the question here on this Coffee and Connections coaching session, or I'll be able to reply directly to your email as well. We've got Diana and Mayette here. So if it's around your travel business, if it's systems, marketing, administration stuff, we are here to help you. And I want to see every single one of you come through this time. So ask me any questions. We're going to be doing this over the next few weeks. And I'm just really grateful that you guys are all here and you've chosen to spend this little bit of time with us this morning. Julianne, I am jealous. Hang on a second. She's heading to the gym, a gym class. It's keeping me sane, as you rightly said. Look after yourself. Yeah, your health is your wealth. That's so true, Julianne. And taking care of our bodies is primary concern right now, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of anybody else. Oh, Tiva, you are beautiful. You're here for moral support. It's been so rough for all of you. You know what? It's not just us here in Australia. It's also you guys there in the States. Our Canadian friends as well have had a tough trot, and we see what's happening for you. One thing that's really interesting that's come up over the last few weeks, and there's some news, is for those of you that don't know what's happening in the States right now, passports. There's like an 18-week wait to get a passport right now in the USA, which is crazy. So if you want something to talk to your clients about, encourage them to redo their passport, because when the time comes, they're going to need to make sure that they've got a valid passport with at least 6 months validity, so that they can travel as well. So Kathy, hi, it's great to see you here. Thank you for joining us over there on Facebook, and Leanne as well. Great to see you. All right, so questions. Today is about connecting, drinking a bit of coffee, getting our day started. But if you have questions around your travel business, then I'd love to be able to answer them. I've got my shirt on here that says all the things. This is something that I wear regularly, but I'm not here to say to everybody, we all need to be doing all the things right now. We don't. We just need to be able to take care of ourselves. And if you feel up to it, just do one thing. Just do one thing a day if that's all you need to do, or whatever's urgent right now. Mayette and I talk about this on a daily basis, and I say, what is urgent and has to get done today, or what can wait until tomorrow? Because I don't want the work to feel heavy. I don't want it to be a constant downer. I want us to be able to take care of ourselves as well. So I'm so glad that you're here. Jen, I see your comment. I am so glad that you're here. You're choosing to fight through this. Yeah, I agree. And I'm with you on that. And I think everybody that is here has made that active decision to get through this time. Am I right? I think I'm right by saying that, and saying that on behalf of everybody, that we are all here because we want to get through this time to build the travel business that we absolutely deserve, and to have fun with it. Like, we love being in travel, right? And what we've seen over the last 18 months is, you know, the travel industry here in Australia has gone from having 40,000 travel professionals working in it down to now 25,000. You know, that's dropping quite significantly. And if we look at it, when we get through this time, there are clients out there right now that are saying, my travel professional, the travel agent that I used to go to for my bookings is no longer there. So they are looking for people that they can trust, people that they can work with in the future, and people that are going to be able to help them. So if you are active on social media right now, then go for it. If you want to be talking about yourself and what you do, go for it. Which brings me to my first question as well that's come in. Thank you, Stephen, for sending this in. The question is, do I market now to an audience that may unsubscribe in this environment, right? So we can't necessarily travel anywhere internationally right now. So are we willing to run the risk of people unsubscribing? Whether it's irrelevant, and why would they think of even traveling? And they're more concerned about being in a job than looking at traveling in the future. So I hit that. Or do we hold back and build the marketing assets now so that we're launching it in a rising market? I'm going to take a sip of my coffee because I haven't taken a breath. Does anybody else want to say hi? Justine, I see you fixing your camera, so I'm just assuming that you're saying hi to me as well, or giving me a fist pump and saying
hi. No, I had to do a mad dash to school because my son forgot it's multicultural day, so he forgot all these bits and pieces. So luckily it's only like 500 meters down the road, but I had to log in via my phone at school to listen. And then I've also had a virus go through my computer, through my desktop, and wipe it. So I've got IT working on my computer at the moment. So I had to switch from my phone to my iPad. So it's one of those mornings. So it's all the things.
It is. It's all the things that are happening this morning for you. My goodness.
Yes.
Well,
So-
yeah, first of all, cheers that you get to take your child to school. It's a little bit like mine. Those of you that are in Sydney or in Melbourne that aren't able to take your kids
Yes,
because they're all
that's
in
true.
lockdown, I hope that they are preoccupied with something else right now. I did get a message from Holly yesterday over there, and she said, "You've got 5 kids. Is that right, Holly?" I think she's on the phone. She says, "Yep." I don't know whether she's talking to me or not, but I can see it there. And I really feel for anybody who is homeschooling right now, it is not my thing. I love my child, but I am not somebody who can sit at home and homeschool for 6 hours a day. My hats go off to all of those teachers and everybody out there that are taking care of us. All right, anyhow, back to Stephen's question. Do I market now to an audience that may unsubscribe in this environment because of their own reasons, or do I hold back and build the marketing assets so that I'm launching in a rising market? Great question. I need some more coffee. Great question, Stephen. The reason why I wanted to answer this today instead of directly to you, because I think that there are so many people who are asking this. And it's one thing that we have addressed inside the Achievers and our Travel Agent Achievers programs for the last 12 months. For me, as I just said, there are now 25,000 travel professionals here in Australia. I believe, and this is for my business as well, that if I remain present and I continue to show up for my clients and my audience, then they're more likely to book with me in the future. But I also want to only work with those people that I like to work with. I get a choice now. I get a choice to choose who I work with. I don't want to work with the people that are going to come at me down the track or have an issue or just are the nightmare clients. And we've all had them, right? Has anybody here fired clients over the last 12 months other than me? Yep. Lynn, Justine, I see it. Vicky. Yep. We've all had those people that we may never even have expected that have come up and rocked our boat. But right now, and even over the last 12 months, I encourage every single one of you just to show up, share what's going on for you right now. And Stephen, when we talk about marketing, it doesn't necessarily have to be promoting the next big trip, the next group experience, the next, flight or special that's coming out. I think it's an opportunity for us to share our expertise and our professionalism, who we are, and what we want to do in the future. So things that you could be talking about right now with your clients are, what you're currently doing. So are you working a few days a week? You could be sharing about your experience in travel. You could be sharing about, who you want to work with in the future. If you're going to be moving in a direction that says, I'm specifically going to be working with this group of clients, then start sharing that and show your expertise. Because if you don't share who you are as a person, your expertise, your professionalism, clients aren't going to know. They're not going to know who you are, where you are, or whether you are still in the industry. So I would suggest continue to market, but perhaps change tactics. Prepare those marketing assets, absolutely, for when you can be traveling in the future for different things. But right now, if you can share your love of travel, what your experience has been, what's happened for you over the last 12 months, bring people on that journey with you. Does that help, Stephen?
Definitely. It sort of reinforces what I was thinking, but it's always good to hear somebody else say, yes, you are on the right track. But
you are.
And I think Annie just jumped in with a note a second ago saying that at the moment she's marketing but not selling, which is really, and back to those figures that you just mentioned of the employment of travel agency staff. Advertising really has dropped back a lot to what used to come through my inbox, no longer does. So people still love the passion of travel. It's just a matter of keeping it there, giving them ideas, and then being front of mind, I expect, when we get back into that rising market.
Absolutely. Remaining front of mind. You also mentioned about the unsubscribes as well. So if you have an email database and you're concerned about sending emails out to your clients about what's actually going on right now, the worst thing that can happen is that they unsubscribe. Like realistically, the people that do unsubscribe, they're probably not who you want to work with in the future anyway.
Yeah.
And it is just a number. A lot of times we do take it personally. And I have learned over the years that it's not about me. It's about the client, and it's about the people that we want to work with. And I would much rather somebody unsubscribe from my email list than stay there and then book with me, but they're not the right fit for me. So we're not in alignment. We don't have the same values. They're not necessarily going to be supporting me when I go through tough times. I will continue to show up for my clients, but I want to make sure that they are the right clients.
Great.
Yeah. So definitely highlight who you are, what you do, who you serve, and the experience that you have, I would say, because you are the expert in booking travel. And right now we've got several people here on the call. We've got others that are here in Facebook as well. So I think that we do have an opportunity to be prepared and organized, but also just continue to show up for those people that do want to hear from us. I see Leanne says as well on Facebook for you, Stephen, that prepare a strategy. Absolutely. We've just done our planning and strategy session for 3 months for Travel Agent Achievers, and we'll be running it again. We were hoping to have it all in person, and there are a number of people here that we were going to all get together in person, but we had to run it virtually, unfortunately. We'll be doing that again potentially in November. I was going to run it a bit earlier, but we're looking at lockdown in Sydney for a while, so we'll see how that goes. But planning right now and putting together your strategy for who you want to work with, why you want to work with them, and then also what you want to be promoting and who you want to serve and what you want to actually be booking. Right now, having that strategy in place and that plan is going to serve you so that when you are able to market or you are willing to sell, then you've already done the hard work.
Yeah.
Because the worst thing is feeling as though, like the t-shirt says, you've got to do all the things. When the market shifts, if you feel as though you've got to be on Facebook Live and Instagram, and you've got to be doing TikTok videos, and then you've got to be sending out email newsletters and going through all of the supplier emails and training because you didn't get a chance to do it before, that's going to feel really heavy at that time. So anything that you can be doing now and planning and preparing, then go for it. Tanya says here that she totally agrees with the unsubscribes. Yeah, you want to get rid of people who are not the right fit. And they are just a number. At the end of the day, it's a number on your email list. It might feel good to have 200, 500 or 1,000 people on your social media or on your email database, but you want to make sure that they are the right people who will book with you and support you in the future. And I think the more you show up now and show your face and be present on social media channels or anywhere else with your clients, then that will serve you very well in the future. I saw that Annette said as well that she's continued to market now so that they don't forget you. One thing that Annette's doing really well, because her business is destination weddings in Thailand, right? So they physically can't go there right now. But with that, what I've seen Annette do is she's showcasing those clients and their wedding anniversaries. It's almost like the remember when and congratulations, but know that I'm still here. So if you have friends, if this is the subconscious, if you have friends, if you want to go back for another relived honeymoon or baby moon or whatever it might be in the future, even though they got married in Thailand, there are further opportunities there. And she's building those relationships with the clients that have previously booked with her. Yep. And that's what I'd encourage everybody to do here, is really connect with the people that you love working with. Yeah. So Kirsten says, what I find people who find me are so surprised that I'm still here. Yeah, Kirsten, have you got an experience or something that you can just share with us there?
Oh, no, it's just I had phone calls from new and from old clients and saying, oh, we need to travel somewhere. Do you still work in travel? And I said, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still working. And they said, oh, great. I'm so glad you're still here. So there is still a need out there. And for a lot of them, it's a surprise that we survived, you know, because they've known me as a small business and they thought I would have folded and moved on, but they still had my number stored and remembered me. I had even one guy track me down or haunt me, so to speak, because he was always calling after hours and I wasn't answering.
Turn that phone off.
But no, people are surprised that you're here. And I think the more you put yourself out there and still say, look, I'm here, I'm doing this. And yes, I'm struggling, but that's okay. I'm still going to be here when things pick up. And, you know, it's sharing I think just being authentic and sharing your story and saying, you know, it's as hard for me as it is for you. But I'm willing to go the extra mile and keep, as a few others said here, keep fighting because we'll be the last one standing then.
I completely agree. And as that tide changes, you are also going to be in a position where clients will automatically go, oh, that's right. Kirsten was there for me during this tough time. I've seen her on socials. I've seen her in our email inbox. I will go directly back to her. So I encourage that for everybody here, just to remain consistent and be open and honest with your clients. You don't have to turn on a big sob story. You don't have to turn it into a big rah-rah fest and get super excited or anything like that. But it's just being authentic, being yourself and being real. I mean, that's why I'm here in a t-shirt. Like, I'm not dressed up for you guys. I'm just me, and this is how I am in my day-to-day business. I call it my Zoom blouse, because I do a lot of coaching calls, so I have my Zoom blouse on. But I also think, you know what, this is real life now, and this is who I am. So I want to show who I am, because that is what's going to also bring you guys out to me as well and show me who you are and what we can do there. Nat, I've sent a very mean message to someone in Queensland because you had to cancel 8 people flying. Yeah, look, you know what? It's, how do you put the dollar value of all the work involved for rescheduling flights and land arrangements? I'm trying to read your message, Nat, if you can. But I think I need glasses. Honestly, I'm looking at the chat box here. I'm like, I can't really read that. She's ruined my bookings and jobs for beautiful properties. Yeah, you know what? It's one of those things, Nat, that's so crushing, and I feel for you, and you are not alone in this. And that's why we're all here, because as hard as it is, I don't want you to feel as though I'm doing this all by myself, because you're not.
But can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'm just wondering, like, how, once you've done all this work, you've planned it, you've made it magic, and you've got that anticipation of, you know, those people going on that fabulous trip and whatever else, and it gives you pleasure from the heart. All of a sudden, you know how to cancel it, how to put it all back to, you know, undo it all. And whether it sits there in credit, or whether you give the money back to the client again, or whether you do a future booking for another year. I mean, we're not being paid for that very first, if we're doing refunds and credits, we're not being paid for that expertise in the beginning. Yeah. And do we just still keep carrying on that same thing, hoping for the commission thing at the end after, you know, you've done the booking, you know, twice, 3 times or whatever else? Or do we, I mean, it's like going to, each time you go to the hairdressers, you pay for a service. Each time you go to the lawyers, you pay, you know, but for some reason, we kind of feel as if we've just got to keep working for nothing.
Okay.
Or do we?
Great question, Nat. And I'm really glad you brought this up, because this is something that we've also been discussing. I can see a number of the Achievers members in here. We've been discussing about how, as we come through this time, business has to change. We are the experts, right? So we deserve to be paid for our expertise. Now, how we may have done things in the past, and that I know that you've been in the travel industry for quite a while. Things in the past were that we were paid commission from suppliers and wholesalers, right? Yeah. So there wasn't necessarily the need or the want, because we love what we do. I don't deny that. We all absolutely love being in travel. We love the industry. We love helping. But there hasn't been a real need as such to request clients to pay for our service. And the reason why is because they could go online, or they could go to another agency, or they could go somewhere else. And there has been a whole lot of that fear as well, that we could potentially lose clients if we charge a service fee, or if we charge for our expertise and professionalism. Now, coming through this time, things are going to have to change, because we can't work for free. We are not in a place where we can wait 2 years, 3 years. I'm looking at my business now, and I have an international group where we had to cancel 300 people to Fiji 2 weeks before the trip was due to go. We have now changed that 4 times for nothing, right? For nothing. 300 people. That is crushing for my business.
Absolutely.
Now, what we look at, and yes, we had professional fees, but they were all in the package, so they weren't there to then be paid to us until that group travels. Things have to change. We've already changed our model for anybody now who comes to us and says, we would like your assistance. First thing that goes back to them and says, absolutely, we'd be honored and love to help you. However, our business has changed now, and we now have a professional fee for our expertise, our knowledge, and what we actually do. And I have spoken to a number of people, and I would encourage you to do this as well, Nat, is really have a look and write out, just get it all out of your head. Even if you do that today and it takes you 10 minutes, get it out of your head, all of the things that you do. Write down your value, because I can guarantee you don't just sit there and book a flight and it takes you 20 minutes and that booking is done. Right? And you may have been paid for that in the past by the airline. Right now, you are in risk management. You are looking at being there for a client. If anything goes wrong, you could be the one that sits on the phone for 3, 4, 5 hours trying to find out if you can get a credit refund or a change, and then find out what the costs are, and then have to pay. Like, there is so much more to what you do than what we have ever expressed to our clients in the past. So I would encourage everyone to look at the value that you provide to your clients. You are not just booking a service, you offer so much more than that. Your expertise, your knowledge, your professionalism, being at the forefront of what is actually happening. You are the people. And I'll highlight this. Yesterday, I received a phone call from a client who had credits, and she said to me, Roz, I jumped onto my Qantas flights because I'd previously booked some flights and they were in credit, so I was able to jump in and book them myself. She said, so I'm going to New Zealand, and then things were changed. And she said, oh, and now can you tell me how can I get back from Victoria if Victoria and Queensland borders are shut? She said, because Qantas have changed my flights and I don't think I can get from Victoria to Queensland. So we spent 10 minutes on the phone. Now, 10 minutes, that is precious to me. That is my time, right? So remember, your time is also worth money. And I said to her, here are your different options. Now, she's a very good client of mine, so I didn't charge her, because you do that on your own case-by-case basis, right? But for her, I gave her the options and said, this is what I would recommend you do. She called me back 10 minutes later and she went, oh my gosh, Roz, that was the easiest thing that I could have done. But because you gave me that knowledge and that expertise, I was able to then change things myself or do it however she did it. And she said, I just wanted to let you know how thankful I am to have you in my corner. That warmed my heart. Initially, I was thinking, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? But to get her phone call back telling me how grateful she was for my expertise and professionalism, I know that speaks volume for her moving forward as we come through this time. So I think for everybody, we're all going to have to adjust what we do. We definitely need to look at the value that we provide and the professionalism and the expertise that we provide and come up with what's going to work for you. If it's going to work for you that you want to charge service fees, go for it. If you don't want to though, Nat, then don't. You go with your gut feeling, but I think that you're going to need to look at, you know, the value that you provide and the expertise that you provide, because you, my friend, you deserve to be paid for the work you do. I know how much love and care and energy and time you put into this. And I really believe that you deserve to be paid for that. And all it is you need to ask them. So I know that we've got some other comments here. Clint, if you can just scroll back up. I did see one from Tanya. So I'll come back to Stephen's chat there. But Tanya, you sent out a survey as well. So you sent out a survey, which is what we've been encouraging everyone to do to all of your clients. So Tanya and I have been working one-on-one together, and she sent out a survey to her whole database, asking them what was happening in their lives right now, and in the future, would they be willing to pay a fee for her service? And she said, came back and she said, 90% of people said yes. So why haven't we done this in the past? So why haven't we charged a fee? And I think this comes down to personal preference, who we are, what we've wanted to do, how we felt, whether we've got money blocks and issues, and that is a whole nother conversation. But you ask the question and the responses that you get will be how you should then proceed forward, I think. I know in our business, we did this as well and sent it out to our whole database and said, in light of what's going on, I'd love to know what's happened for you. So how are you going? You know, are you willing to travel in the future? Did you know that we can also book these services? We're going to have to change our model. Would you be prepared to pay for our service, our professional service? And we had, I think, with the exception of one or two people, come back and say, no, because I'm not prepared to travel again. But we had, everybody came back going, yes, absolutely, we will pay, which is why we're changing our model and why we've increased our fees on different things as well. So Nat, I encourage you to do this straight up from now on. Charge for your professional experience. And then any changes that come along, just be straight up with the clients and say, if we have to change these flights, if we have to change this experience, I will incur fees from our ticketing partners or elsewhere. I just want to give you the heads up that they will have to be paid by you moving forward. Yep, 2 thumbs up. That's awesome. Okay. So Lisa says, yes, we need to educate our clients now on how we work moving forward. Yes, we may lose clients. Yeah, and you're okay with that as well, Lisa. I agree. I'm okay with it too, because I would rather have people that work with us that are willing to pay for it. We've spent years on our knowledge and expertise. So, you know, I think we're all in a position that we can definitely do something. Tiva, I see that you raised your hand. Have you got any questions? Yep, we'll just get you to unmute.
Okay. No, you're talking too much. I'm gonna make you take a break.
No,
I'm kidding.
my coffee's cold. I'll finish it anyway.
No. No, I just wanted to just share what I'm doing as a brand new agent. I'm not even asking. I'm just putting out there that I charge a fee. I'm charging $200 for the information you want me to research. Now, I'm not making it right now because I am offering everybody. Well, it's all just friends and family right now that I'm making all my commissions off of. So friends and family, I'm not charging them a fee. But what I do is when I send them the itinerary, I'm putting the $200 service fee on there, but then right underneath it, I put on that it's waived so that they know that I'm worth something and that they're getting a discount.
That is a great idea.
Mm-hmm. And I do have one client that is not friends or family, and I just because I was excited to actually have a client, I said your first time is no fee, so no fee for your first time. And she's turned out to be the hardest one so far. It's next year in Switzerland, and she wants to do rail, and so I'm like, oh my god. And now she found out, so I sent her this questionnaire to get all of the information that I need. What's your passports? She's one that takes her teens with her. I need their passports. And she found out, she pulled them out of the safe and they're expired. So that's when I said, all right, well, you better do it now, because 18 weeks and 12 weeks if it's expedited.
Yeah,
So
wow.
she's
3 months to get a passport.
Yeah.
Could you
And so I have another thing is that of my best friends from high school, her sister contacted me, and she wanted to do a fishing trip to Alaska. She wanted to take their dad, and I got it all together. I had 2 itineraries, 2 locations, Ketchikan or Hoonah Island. And she was able to present it to their dad for Father's Day, and he got to choose. And that was kind of neat. That was really sweet that I got to be a part of that. And but it's another problem, one after another. Because she has to fly into Juneau, and then from Juneau to Hoonah, they have to take a ferry. The ferry to Hoonah is 3 hours, and it only goes on Mondays and Thursdays.
Yeah, there's always little things that come up, but you're the expert here. You're the one that's got to navigate all of that.
Oh my gosh.
Tell the clients what they've got to do. Say,
well, yeah. And so I set it all up for her. I even went to the ferry website and ordered their tickets for them. They could do it if they wanted to, but I did it for them. And she got a call from the ferry. They're changing. This is not supposed to happen until September. So they're changing their days from Mondays to Tuesdays, from Hoonah to Juneau. So she has to add another, or I have to, thank God she's got insurance, because I have to add another hotel night there on Hoonah. I have to change the hotel in Juneau from one night to the next night. And then I have to change the flight out from one day to the next day. So there's 3 things that I have to do. And now we're working on, this is the first time I've ever had to deal with insurance. And I don't know how the process is, if we have to wait until after, do we have to do it now and suck up all of the fees and claim after? So she has to call the insurance company to figure that out. I can't do that. But anyway, thought I'd give you a break there for a few minutes.
You're sweet. But hey, it's a real reminder about professional fees and making sure that you do value yourself and your time. And I encourage everybody here.
And she
really
did. She said, "Oh my gosh, you are working so hard for just this 5-day trip."
Yeah, exactly.
So
you are working
really
hard.
nice
So make sure that they're aware. Make sure that they're aware and grab that testimonial. Don't forget that. Any testimonials that you guys have, really highlight those so that you can share that. So coming back to Stephen as well with your question around what you can be doing, Stephen, if you've got testimonials from any of your clients, I would also be regularly posting those, highlighting your experience and what you've done, even if it's once a week, once a fortnight, whatever you can find, start getting those out there as well. I also saw there's a question, I think from Stephen too, in the world of pure online agency where everything is done online, how important is the agent rather than the brand, or does the brand need a face? I think there's 2 different parts here, depending on whether you are the brand or you work for a host agency or the different company. So I know for Annette, for instance, Tie the Knot, she's the face behind the brand. And so she would then talk about herself, but also about the brand. For myself, I work for a host agency. So I talk about me and I talk about my team and what we do. So yes, I say the company that I work for as well as part of our marketing efforts and branding, but I want those clients to come to me. And it's not a competitive thing. It is purely that I'm a human and I want to deal with other humans. I don't want to be an online agency that there is no face behind what I do. So I would encourage you, Stephen, to have a look at the 2 different ways. You are the expert and you're the human. People want to deal with humans. So what we've seen is for online travel management companies that there is no face. There's a lot of headache and heartache behind that for clients when they've booked with them, whether it is you know, an airline that they have to be on hold for 3, 4, 5 hours, or it is an online aggregator that trying to navigate that mess is a nightmare. But you are human, and people prefer to deal with humans. So I would encourage you to get yourself out there as either the brand or the face behind the brand, but definitely have your face. Does that answer your question? I think the agent is important. People are going to book with you.
Yeah, I think it does in that general travel world. But again, as you would have seen from my letter, I'm in a fairly niche area where I'm really, I'm not selling anything. I'm just taking bookings from industry staff, or propose to when we get to the onto the other side of all of this. So really, the role that I see at the moment is an awareness of the brand, an awareness of the concept as well, because there are just so many people out there unaware of the discounts available through the industry.
Yeah. But behind that, Stephen, so I think, yes, I agree with you. Definitely get that brand out there, but you are the person behind that brand. So people are wanting to trust people. And I know for me, if I was looking at what I could do potentially and the discounts and the savings that I could have by traveling and booking through you, I would want to know that there's a person there to deal with. And we've seen that with other operators similar to what you do. I don't know who I'm dealing with, but I find it so much easier if I can connect with a person. So for you, even if you are going to do any videos, you know, Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives, or YouTube, or you want to set up a different channel or different ways of getting your business out there, for you, I would encourage you to go, hey, I'm Stephen. I'm the face behind this brand. This is what we do. You know, I'm here to help you when you are ready to travel again. These are some of the cool things that you can do and the discounts that are available to you. Reach out, let me know if you've got any questions. I'm here. So it's the face behind the brand. I would encourage you to definitely do the branding exercise, but also make sure that you are showing up as well as the face.
Great, thank you.
Yep, cool. Awesome. Hi, Jane. I see you over there on Facebook as well. Thank you for showing up. Now, is there any last questions? I wasn't expecting to go so long this morning, but I'm so glad that you guys are all here. I see Maria wants clients to know if I've given them a discount, so she shows discounts as well. That's great. Look, if anybody has any questions, just add them to the chat and we'll jump onto that. Clint, is there something down the bottom there? Nope, we're all good. Okay, as I said, this is an opportunity for you guys to ask me any questions, connect here. So if you've been chatting to each other in the chat, in private messages, that's okay, I don't mind. But if anybody also wants to ask me anything or connect with me, this is going to be your opportunity moving forward. So over the next few weeks, every Friday morning, I am going to show up here live for you, because I want us to get through this time. Not just me, not just individually, you guys. I want us to do it together. We are all the experts here and people need to see us. So if you do have questions, please let me know. When we're working on our business, so this isn't just, as I said, I didn't want this to be a whole rah-rah session. I'm not going to tell you what you should be doing, but if you want ideas on things you can be doing, I would encourage you to reach out to your existing clients. Let them know that you are here, you will continue to be here, and you are going to get through this time as well. So let me know if you are stuck, if you are lost, but more importantly, if you are struggling, just take that deep breath. Know that you are not alone. And you can always reach out to me at any time. I'm so appreciative of you showing up here and sharing what's going on for you guys. But thank you. Have a wonderful day. I hope you've all enjoyed your coffee. You're welcome, Maria. You're welcome, Tanya. It's so good to see you guys here. Thank you for everything. It says, it too will pass. Yes, a book that was written 2,000 years ago, Stephen. Yeah, this too shall pass. I'm always going to encourage you guys to continue to work on your business, but also to take care of yourselves, because the industry needs you. Your clients need you. And I know that as we come through this time, you will have that travel business that is going to take off when other people's won't. So hang in there, stay safe, stay well. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I look forward to seeing you next Friday. Share this session with your friends, and if you've got any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye, Nat. See you, Lynn. Great to have you guys here. Thank you, Stephen. Cheers to you. I hope it was an Irish coffee that you had this morning. All right, guys, take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. We'll see you soon. Thank you. You can, no, don't do that, Clint. If you can just remove Kirsten, Annie, and Jen. Yeah, and then don't report to Zoom. Oh, whoops, don't report. There you go. Hi, ladies. You can unmute yourself now.
We're still on live.
We're live. Are we going to stop the live, please, Clint? Bye, everybody on Facebook. In the more section. Or...